Good morning. My name is Journey, and my pronouns are her, she, like the Hershey candy bar. I am so glad to be invited to speak with you today. I'd like to reflect on the significance of this past Friday and why March 31st is such a special day each year. First of all, it is a California state holiday marking the birthday of one of my heroes, Cesar Chavez, who fought for the rights of farm workers. And March 31st is also my birthday. But I am here today to talk about International Transgender Day of Visibility, which was established in 2009 by transgender activist Rachel Crandall Crocker and is observed every March 31st. Rachel wanted a special day set aside each year to acknowledge, celebrate, and bring greater recognition to our transgender and gender diverse community. I jokingly told Rachel that it was so thoughtful of her to choose my birthday for this annual event. Rachel was looking to go beyond what at that time was the better known annual Transgender Day of Remembrance, which spotlights the tragic taking of transgender lives nationwide and around the world. But over the past few years, Trans Day of Visibility has also taken on new significance and solemnity. As many of you know, after decades of failed attempts to ban same-sex marriage, several states are now aiming to erase our transgender and gender diverse community. Why is this being done? Conservative politicians and right-wing media are cynically using transgender children and their families as pawns for their political and financial gain. 11 states have introduced bills, and at least 4 states have actually passed laws that are intended to prohibit transgender youth from accessing gender-affirming health care. Healthcare providers and parents and guardians are the primary targets of such legislation. Many bills would even criminalize them for assisting trans children in obtaining what major medical and psychological associations consider to be medically necessary care. I know families who have had to uproot themselves from their long-established homes, from their relatives, friends, and church communities, and from their jobs so that they could relocate to safer states. One such family, the Shapleys, battled against proposed anti-transgender laws in their home state of Texas. But when the worst of that legislation did pass and transphobic directives were issued by the government, this family felt the need to pack up what little they could transport, and they moved to a safe haven in a northeastern state. Here is a 2-minute YouTube video of the then 10-year-old transgender activist Kai Shapley testifying before the Texas State Senate Committee considering these anti-trans bills that ultimately passed and are now being challenged in court. Would you please play the video?
Hello, my name is Kai Shapley. I love ballet, math, science, and geology. I spend my free time with my cats, chickens, FaceTiming my friends, and dreaming of when I will finally meet Dolly Parton. I do not like spending my free time asking adults to make good choices. I've been having to explain myself since I was 3 or 4 years old. Texas legislators have been attacking me since pre-K. I am in 4th grade now. When it comes to bills that target trans youth, I immediately feel angry. It's been very scary and overwhelming. It makes me sad that some politicians use trans kids like me to get votes from people who hate me just because I exist. God made me. God loves me for who I am, and God does not make mistakes. You should be careful how you treat the least of these. Please just listen to me, hear me. Try to educate yourselves. Try to understand everybody. My mom has been giving everything she has to stand up for me. With these new things y'all are trying to do, we both are having to advocate for each other because you are now targeting a great mom and a great nurse. My mom needs her nursing license to take care of me and my siblings. Bullying is bad. Please stop. Don't make bad choices. It's never too late to turn it around. And I want to say thank you to those of you who are sticking up for kids like me. By the time I am in college, you will be celebrated in the history books.
Thank you for your testimony.
By the way, Kai Shapley is my courageous and determined granddaughter, and I am so proud of her and her family. Those were words of strength and wisdom from when she was just a 4th grader. As you heard Kai say in the video, God loves me. God loves me for who I am, and God does not make mistakes. Love you, Kai. I think they're watching remotely. One more brief YouTube video I want to share is that of Amber Briggle, a powerful and articulate mama bear and ardent activist, speaking before this same Texas State Senate committee during the height of the pandemic. Would you please play the video?
Transgender child, and I'm afraid that by speaking here today, my words will be used against me should SB 1646 or SB 1311 pass, and my sweet son, whom I love more than life itself, will be taken from me. But here I am. I want you to know how hard it is for me to be here today. Not only am I terrified for the future of my family, but I'm a small business owner with 2 children at home who are still going to public school 100% online. I have a million better things to do than be here today, like rebuilding my business and supervising my children's online learning and repairing the damage that occurred to my home when the electric grid failed. But this committee and the bill's authors somehow deems my son's private medical care more important than COVID relief for women-owned small businesses or making public schools safer or fixing ERCOT. Honestly, these bills are a huge waste of time and tax dollars, but we're all here, so let's do this. When my son was 4 years old, he asked me if scientists could turn him into a boy. I didn't understand then that he was trans. I only knew that he wasn't like most girls his age and that something inside him was hurting. Like many of you, I thought he was asking for surgery and I freaked out. But after doing research, I came to understand that gender affirmation surgery isn't done on minors and that there is a whole array of medical options available for transgender youth, including hormone blockers, which are 100% reversible, are not new and are clinically proven to save the lives of the trans children taking them. Today, my son is 13 years old, the most popular boy in 7th grade, and loved by our friends, family, our church, and our community. This is possible because he has parents who affirm him and provide him the support he needs. Taking that support away from him, or worse, taking him away from his family, because we broke the law to provide that support, will have devastating and heartbreaking consequences.
I will share something from my book, Jazz Mergirl, which is about Jazz Jennings and other trans youth and adults who every day stand up and speak out in defense of the transgender community. If you could show the cover of the, thank you. And of our right to exist and to be treated equally with dignity and respect. In my book, I wrote about being visible. When trans and gender diverse people are willing and able to be seen as their authentic selves, a powerful message is sent out to a world that says they should not exist. One final comment. Transgender people have been on this earth as long as there have been humans, and we will not be erased. Thank you.